This video is about dispelling the myth of Jeruk Jembar. Jeruk Jembar, it might be better than Jeruk medan. It's Jeruk Jembar. It's actually sweet and it's a really good Jeruk. You just need to find the right Jeruk Jembar. So you don't want one that's too moldy. You don't want one that's too green. This is what you want your Jeruk Jembar to look like. So you want it to be nice and orange. You want a nice and orange Jeruk Jembar with only a little bit of green on it. A little bit of green's okay probably. You don't want one that's too rotten. You want one with the right Jeruk texture. Not too soft, not too hard. It's like a lot of fruit. But these Jeruk Jembar, this one's probably really good. It's sweet, it's good. It's probably better than Jeruk medan. You're also probably picking your Jeruk medan wrong. The Jeruk medan, it's not really that good when it's soft. It might taste sweeter, but I think it's not that good really. So this Jeruk Jembar, nice and orange, not very rotten, only a little bit of green. This one's a little bit more green, but has the right texture, not too soft, not too hard. It still has a good amount of yellow. So you don't do Buah futures, you don't do fruit futures. You want Buah that's good right away. You prioritize your Buah, you put it in the refrigerator. Not in the Buah futures. Oh, let's hope our hard Buah is good, or I'm not gonna go picking overdone Buah that's already starting to rot and be like, oh, it's sweet. So these are probably both good, but this one looks really good. Every Jeruk Jembar I picked so far is good and sweet. Not too soft. I'm gonna open up the really good looking one. So the Jeruk Jembar is actually really good. This one's a little bit soft. So this might be the worst one I picked so far actually. Seemed like it was good, but oh yeah, it's a little bit soft, but it's really sweet. It's more like a Jeruk medan, so it's pretty good. It's a little bit starchy. Actually, this one's a little bit rotted out too. So this is the first Jeruk Jembar I picked that wasn't that good. It's kind of starchy. It might be starchy. It probably got not enough water. All right, let me open up the other one. Well, I'm like, that was the worst one I got, but I'm like 9 for 10. 9 for 10 on good Jeruk Jembar. And I didn't look at the other. I saw there was another. Look at the boxes. See which one has the better looking ones. Because you want better ones. Okay, this is a more green one. And this one's really good. I'm gonna eat the whole thing. Make sure none of it's rotten like the other one. This one was mostly green with some yellow, so it shouldn't be rotten out. So it's not true with all fruits, but Jeruk actually needs extra water for it not to have that starchy texture. It's not just soft texture, it's the starchy non-water texture that can make Jeruk taste bad sometimes. And when the Jeruk get less water, they taste bad faster, like they rot faster. But that's if you're growing Jeruk. If you're just picking Jeruk, you really gotta feel it, see the outside, make sure it's, feel it, make sure it's the right color, feel it, make sure it's the right texture. You don't really squeeze it that hard, you just kind of feel it. Well, this one's sweet, it's a little bit starchy, but not really. But this Jeruk tree probably didn't get enough water either. But it got a good amount of water. It's really sweet. If you live in a drier area like not Indonesia, you can really tell the difference when you water your Jeruk versus when you don't. And a lot of fruit don't need as much water as Jeruk. Jeruk needs a lot of water to be really good. So this other old Jeruk was really sweet. It was Manis. The other one's kind of starchy, even though I had the right color. But the feeling the texture on the outside, the texture on the outside of the other one, it felt really good. So it's kind of hard to tell sometimes, but for the most part you can tell. So one was good, one was bad, but I'm like 10 out of 11 for picking good Jeruk Jembar. So if you can pick some good Jeruk Jembar, those are pretty good odds, pretty good results. It's pretty solid. So you're saving a lot of money if you like Jeruk and you feel like Jeruk Medan's better, but a lot of times the Jeruk Medan are worse and harder to pick and not even as sweet. The other Jeruk's actually pretty good. Like when I open it up, I can definitely feel like which pieces are more starchy and more bad. Like these pieces are pretty good. Like this piece pretty good, right? But you can tell, like, I'll show you one of the same fruit. Like this one's pretty bad. Like you can see it's already rotting out and it's starchy. This one is split right out of juice. So that's how you pick good Jeruk Jembar. Jeruk Jembar is actually pretty good. So that's why I recommend. You pick the right one, better than Jeruk Medan, I think. So